Hey everybody, this is Joseph Hasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Crunching the Numbers. Welcome to the broadcasting legend from his home office. Yes, some coffee place. Week 5 in the National Football League. There are only two remaining unbeaten teams in the National Football League. The Philadelphia Eagles, who cares? But the Buffalo Bills. And Norm, later on, you're going to give your pick. I think they're going to be 5-0. But let's get to Sunday, a 9:30 game in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. We got Minnesota Vikings traveling. They were in Dublin last week. Now they're in London this week. Up against Cleveland Browns, 9:30 in the morning, Saturday or Sunday. Who do you got?
I think that's a pretty easy pick, Joe. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings.
Do you like the new man in the Minnesota? But never mind. All right. So you're picking the Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 3.5. All right. 1 p.m. game. This is critical for Dallas and also maybe critical for the Jets. The Dallas Cowboys travel to the Meadowlands to take on the Jets. 1 p.m. Point spread is 1.5.
You know what? Dallas has been a bit of a pleasant surprise. They're a little bit better than I thought. So I'll go with I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys by a field goal.
You have some Greek after you. That's why you're picking up some Dallas Cowboys. All right. So then you got a 1 p.m. game, and this should be a good one. The Denver Broncos travel to Philadelphia to take on the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. The spread is 3.5 for the Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Eagles also by a field goal, Joe.
You like the Eagles by a field goal. So you're saying to bet Denver because it's 3.5. All right. Then we got a critical matchup. Houston and Baltimore. Houston's favored by 2.5. Lamar. Baltimore's 1-3. Lamar's injured. Defense is injured. Could Houston come and win 2 in a row now?
Well, that's a tough one because the Ravens got so many injuries. But I'll go with Baltimore. I think they're overdue to have a good game in spite of the injuries. I think, Houston's not having a great year, that's for sure. So I'll go with the Ravens also by field goal.
All right, so that's you're going with the Ravens. So Ravens, you're saying the underdog there. Now, the New York Giants travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The Saints favored by 2.5. Game time 1 p.m. New Orleans did a pretty good job with Buffalo, kept it close. The Giants beating the LA Chargers, and with their new quarterback, what do you think in this one? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, he's a pretty exciting young quarterback, that's for sure. Very mobile. It's good with his passes. So I hate to be too boring or anything, Joe. You know me, but I'll go with the Giants. Go with the Giants by a field goal.
Every game is by a field goal. Basically, If you're playing pro line, just pay a tie, all right? So you're picking the Giants. Then also 1 o'clock, the Las Vegas Raiders up against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts at home, favored by 6.5. They lost a heartbreaking game to the Rams last week. Do they rebound this week?
I'm going with the Colts by a touchdown, Joe.
All right. Also, the Miami Dolphins travel to Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Dolphins are favored by 1.5. And, of course, Tyreek Hill, speedy recover for him. You saw what happened last week. And the Dolphins, surprising, they're favored by 1.5. Do you think the Dolphins will still and get a win for Tyreek in this one?
I'd like to see them get a win for Tyreek, but I don't know. I think I'm just for gut feel and have nothing else. I'm going to go with Carolina. Also, Joe, can you guess by a field goal?
Yeah, every game's by a field goal. All right, that does it for the 1 p.m. games. 4:05 games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 4.5.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go with the Seahawks by a touchdown, Joe.
You're going to be wrong again. 4:05, Tennessee Titans travel to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals favored by 7.5.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals by 10 points in this game, Joe.
By 10. Wow. All right. 4:25. We got the Washington Commanders up against the LA Chargers. Chargers favored by 3.5. Daniels, who knows if he's going to be playing?
I'll go with the Chargers by a field goal, Joe.
Chargers by a field goal. All right. And then the last 4:25 game, it's the Detroit Lions traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Detroit favored by 10.5 points.
Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to go with Detroit by 10 points, not 10.5.
All right. And then the Sunday nighter, the Buffalo Bills here in Highmark, the stadium here. Sunday night, 8:20, up against the rivals, the New England Patriots. The Bills will wear their frozen uniform, their new white uniform, frozen helmets, everything like that. Really sharp. Norm, do you want me to get you a rivalry jersey? No, I'm not going to get you. You're not a Bills fan. But the Bills are favored by 8.5 points. Sunday night football, Orchard Park, New York. Do the Buffalo Bills make it 5-0?
Yeah, 5, Joe, but I'm going to pick your Bills. You'll like this. I'm going to pick them by 2 touchdowns. How do you like that?
Oh, you're saying by 14 points. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, that's right.
Wait a minute. I think the coffee is getting too strong for you. What do you have in that coffee there? All right. Our good friend, Mark Everett Kelly, will be back Monday to preview the Monday Night Football game, and it's going to be a doozy. It's the Kansas City Chiefs in Jacksonville. Kansas City favored by 3.5. But Norm, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you. And Norm will be back to preview the ALDS, NLDS around the majors this weekend. But Norm, go ahead. Tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, right here, Joe, with you on the Fired Up Network, usually twice a week or so in different days. So whatever big sporting events you follow, whether it's the baseball playoffs, the start of the NHL regular season, NBA training camps, footy overseas, soccer over here. We cover just about everything that's going on in the world of sports, Joe. So we got it covered for you right up here on the Fired Up Network.
And for the AL and NLDS, I want you to be more fired up. I want you to be more fired up. I don't care that you're in whatever coffee shop. Show the world you're the broadcasting legend. You're the hammerhead personified there. And Norm RUACK, and middle of next week, of course, when the NHL season will start, everybody's asking me, is Norm going to pick the Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup? You have to wait to Tuesday or Wednesday next week, but I'll tell you in a secret, no. All right, thanks a lot, Norm.
A pleasure, Joe. I always enjoy it. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody.